Hey there, how's it going? Welcome to Looplearnings, and this is video number 20 of this series, how to make inventory management system. I hope that you're doing well, and in this video I'm going to continue with the stock transfer form. There's a lot of work to do, and hopefully we will do a little bit of it in today's video. What I'm going to do in today's video, just to give you a snapshot, if I click on this button, stock transfers button, I should be able to get a form, a pop-up form that should have two tabs, and each tab should have their respective information. What information, I'm going to tell you about that, so just stay tuned. And before I start my session, before I start this videos today, I would like to request you, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please go ahead and do that. Hit the bell icon so you get notification, whenever I upload a new video. And if you end up liking whatever you will see, please give a thumbs up. That would be great. And let me know in the comments if you learned something at the end of this video or not, and how this video may help you. Again, just a disclaimer, my videos are just to show the best practices. These are not the way of building a professional level a software or application, although you can still do it, but there is a lot more that needs to be covered in that particular portion. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the design view. I'm going to show you the form. So this is the form I was talking about. All right, so there's a text box here. It's hidden at the moment, so I want that text box to be filled with STO. I want this list box to be filled with the orders that are generated, stock transfer orders that are created by the location that is logged in. And I want this text box, or not text box, this list box to be filled with the list of orders that are placed by other locations to the location that is logged on. That makes sense? I hope that makes sense. So that's what I'm going to do very quickly, and there will be a little bit change in code, existing code also I'll be doing. So we'll be creating some queries, and there's a lot more we are going to cover. But first, let's go ahead and close that, and let's go to this button, and let me click on ... I'll scroll down and I'll come here, and I will type my code, and I'll say else if, and I'm going to ask Microsoft Access to just consider my request. Else if me.btn2.caption is equal to stock transfers. All right, then if you are watching this video only first time, if you're watching only this video of the series, then you would not know what have I done just now. You would know if you will watch the previous videos, because these buttons are used for multiple purposes, so that's why. So here you go. Oops, I should look at that spelling mistakes. And if the caption of this button says stock transfers, then what should happen? Well, then simply I want this form to open manage orders, and I want this form to have, all right, let me go to design view of it, and this text box to have a text called STO. That's what I want. So me dot not me dot, what I'm doing, so forms manage orders exclamation mark txt now viewing, that's the name of this text box, dot value equal to STO, right? And after that, what I want is well, first of all, I want this form to be opened as well. I apologize, I've been very busy today and back-to-back meetings, trainings, so I'm unable to focus at the moment. You see what I did? You see here, do cmd dot open form, and I want this form to be open. Manage orders. Once this form is open, then I want this text box to be filled with text called STO. Now this is right. Okay, apologize. After that, what I want is this list box. So you can see there are two tabs. Each tab has a list box. This list box is called list OP. That means OP means orders placed by the location that has logged on. And this list box, this tab, orders from other location, has another list box called list OR, orders received. So these are just my own made up nicknames. You can do whatever you wish to do. So now I have opened the form. I have filled this text box with a text called STO. Now what next? Next, I want this list box to be filled with the orders that are created with the status of STO created, right? So that is by default. With the by default should be the list of STOs. If any STO that has a status called created, STO created, that should appear here. All other STOs, if I want to see how many STOs are approved, how many STOs are rejected, how many STOs are on order at the moment, how many STOs are in transit, received, back order, I should be able to click on each button, and respective STOs with the respective status should appear accordingly. I hope that you are understanding. So by default, when this form opens, I want this list box to be filled with any STO that has status called STO created. Now we're going to fetch the data and information from a query. That means I have to make a query as well. I can do that from the table right away, but table is we can get the essential information, but table may not give the user-friendly information. Do you know what I mean? So that's why what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a query from this table itself. So I'll go to the create tab, I'll go to query design, then I'm going to go stock transfer. I'll get that table and nicely, and I will get the variant table that holds the information related to products. So that's why I should have that. Then I will have a table, or this is enough. I think this is enough, but all right, let's go ahead and get some information. So we want the STID, we want this transfer request. What is the reason for transfer request? Okay, that's what we want. What else we want? We want the item name, we want vendor SKU, we want, then we come here and we want transfer quantity. How much quantity is being requested? Either we are requesting, either the location that has logged on, if it is being created, how many quantity is being requested by ourselves. If someone else is placing order, how many quantity they are expecting us to deliver. Now what else we can have? We can have receive quantity at the same time, and then we can have the transfer request by location, by cost center, transfer to location, transfer to cost center, and then we have the status of the PO. If I run this, we have a little bit of information, 2 STOs created. It's available here. One of the S2 has status called stock in transit, and other one has GRN, goods receipt notification. Now I think this is enough. This is fine. All right, let's save this query. So we'll give a name STOQ, stock transfer order query. All right, now I'm going to fetch the information from this table itself. Okay, so I'm going to go back to main form, and I'm going to get the properties of this button. And why I need to do that? Because I want to click on ... to get to the code here. So here let's do one thing. Let's fetch any STO that has status called STO created, although there is nothing, but still we need to have that. And so we are going to write the code, and that code would be forms manage orders. Okay, that's the form name. Then we have list box name. List box name is list order placed, and dot row source, and that's where we are going to use select statement. That's the SQL statement. And what we are going to fetch is basically stid. That's the first comma. We are going to get transfer rec reason. I want to be very careful with the naming, okay, because otherwise it's going to give an error. I don't want the error. Item name, comma, item name, comma, vendor SKU, comma, transfer QTY, comma, transfer by location, transfer by CC, and then transfer to CC. Okay, transfer by CC and then transfer to CC. Okay, and then we get the status from where? From the query called STOQ, where there's a where statement as well, where what we have two parameters we are going to use, where transfer request by location, transfer request by location is equal to what? Well, is equal to whatever location has logged on. So how do we know which location has logged on? Well, we go to the main form and we check the location ID here. That's what we are going to do. Forms main, and to avoid any error I will copy and paste that dot caption. Another parameter we are going to have is called status. So the status of STO is equal to what? STO created. So any STO that has a status called STO created should show up in this list. Okay, now that is out of the way. Now what we need to do, as you know, if you don't know, and I'll tell you, whenever we are working with the list box, we'll have to set some parameters. So I'm going to set the parameters, forms, not parameters, sorry, properties, apologies, manage orders, list op dot column heads. So that's the first column count. Column count is equal to how many columns do we have. That's the first property I set. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So we want 8 column. Now Next property I'm going to set or define is called column, column heads, so heading of the column, and I'm going to turn it on true. The next one I want to define is the width of each column. All right, that's what we are going to do. List op dot column widths with s, and now let's define the width. So stid, although it's very important column, and we want to achieve that, we want to have that, but we will keep the zero width of this column, we'll keep it hidden. So I'll say first column has 0 centimeter 0 centimeter width. Second column is transfer request reason, and for that let's keep, how about 3 centimeters. We can always come and change. Item name will keep 5, let's keep 4.5 centimeters width. Okay, and after that vendor SKU, let's keep 3 centimeter width. Transfer request, let's keep 3 centimeter again. Transfer quantity, transfer by cc 3 centimeter again. Transfer to cc 3 centimeters, and status 3 centimeters. We can always come and change that. Let me test it out first, and then we'll move further. It's good to test in case if there is an error. We should get it fixed right away. So let me log on to central warehouse, and let me go to the inventory. Okay, boom, transfer by cc. So we get an error here, transfer by cc. That's a problem. See, that's what I said. Let's test it out. Okay, let me go to the query, transfer request by cc, not transfer by cc. Okay, so it's good to have this testing mechanism, so the quality is inbuilt. That's what Toyota production system is all about, right? The lean manufacturing, the quality should be inbuilt, and one of the way to ensure that we have inbuilt quality is to have a continuous evaluation. Transfer request by cc, let me verify that again, transfer request by cc. All right, should work now, should work technically, but let's see if we end up having another error. We'll see that. Okay, inventory management, stock transfer, and rest assured there is no other error. Okay, cool. Now this is working. Now let's replicate exact same for orders from other locations, right? So for orders from other locations, here we have given the reference. Let me take you the code first so you know what I'm talking about. Here we have given reference of the one of the parameter is that transfer request by location. Okay, that's the parameter. But for the second tab, which is orders from other location, we will give the parameter, and that parameter would be transfer to location. That's the parameter we will give. This is very confusing sometimes, but let me show you practically, then you will understand. Okay, before I proceed, what I would like to do, I would like to have this best practice. and this code is to fetch the STUs for orders placed tab. Okay, and we will come here, and now we will give to fetch the STU for orders received tab. Okay, that's what we're going to do. The code will be exactly same. There will be no difference at all. The only difference would be in this parameter. Okay, this parameter, that's it. Other than that, the code will be exactly same. So to save yours and my time, I'm going to copy that. I'm going to paste in here, and in here, instead of list OP, what do we want? We want list OR, orders received. So that's the another change we want to make here. So we want to make sure that everything remains same, and in here we want to change this transfer request by location, and we want to change it to transfer to location. And we want any STU that has status called stock on order. I'm sure you all are confused, but don't be. I'm going to explain you when I'm doing the practical implementation. So the code is done. Let me go to this form and let me see what is the code behind this button. And I'm going to get rid of this code temporarily, and I'm going to type in here if me.txt now viewing dot value is equal to PO, then do cmd dot open form. Which form? PO form, comma, add position. Else if me.txt now viewing dot value is equal to STO, then do cmd dot open form, and STO, this is the form name, comma, add mode and div. Now what I did is, because this form is being used for multiple purposes, so when this button is clicked, this button will check what is in this text box. Is it either STO or is it the PO? So accordingly this will be clicked, and this will fetch the information accordingly and perform the action, whether it's open the PO or STO. Alright, so debug is done. We'll save it. It's time to test. So let's test it out. And to do the testing, what I would like to do, I would like to create a brand new the order STO. So first I would go to the general warehouse. I will log in, and I will create inventory management, stock transfer. First I'm going to create a order, right, with the brand new. So I will click here, stock transfer order is open, and I will choose the general stock transfer. I'll choose this product. I'm going to put 10 quantity which I'm going to request, and I'm going to request our main warehouse to give me this 10 quantity, because this is a general warehouse. Okay, I'm going to save it. So status is STO created. Now if I open this again, I should see this STO, right? Now this is one example that this is working. First half of the code is working. Now let's make another half of the code. Remember, the main warehouse would only be able to see the order from this location if this status is changed from STO created to stock on order, right? So for that, let me create another STO. and this time just for the sample I'm doing that. So 4 pieces, and I'm going to place order to the central warehouse again. Now this time I'm going to save it, the STO created status. I'm going to approve it, and I'm going to put this status, change the status from approved to order place SOO. Now, and technically this is now the warehouse to which we are going to place order should see our order, right? Before this status, at the approved stage or STO created stage, this STO should not appear in the central warehouse orders from other location tab. Now time to check our central warehouse to which the order is placed, and if our code is correct, the central warehouse should have a order placed from CCGW18 location under the orders from other location tab. So let's go ahead and log on to the central warehouse location. So I'm going here and central warehouse, login, inventory, stock transfer, and now if I'll click it, if our code is correct, we should see an order here by the other location called CCGW18, and you can see the exact same order with the 4 quantity and stock on order is the status. Now the next stage is I'm going to do coding in the next video, either to accept it or to reject it or to put it in back order, whatsoever. It's up to me because the order is placed to me. Now let's create an order, and so central warehouse is requesting from this location CCGW18, from this location to send some of the stock. So I'm going to place order from here now, and let me go to the journal tab. Here we go. Let's place 100 pieces. So I'm going to request to warehouse number 2 to send me 100 will be too much, I guess. Let me change it to 8 pieces. So send me 8 pieces. I'm requesting to warehouse number 2 to send me the 8 pieces of the stock. Okay, now STO is created. Now if I will see here, I see STO is created, but the STO status has to be stock on order, then only they will be able to see. Remember that? So I will create another STO. I cannot change the status here because I have to build functionality to double click it and open the same STO. But for now I'm going to change, I'm going to create another STO, and that would be, let's say I'm ordering 9 pieces to warehouse number 2 to send me this. So I will approve it, I will place order. Now this order status is SOO, stock on order. Now if I will log on back to warehouse number 2, I should see a order from the central warehouse. And so let me log into order as warehouse number 2. This is warehouse number 2, right? I go to inventory management, stock transfer, and if our code is correct, you can see a warehouse, central warehouse is requesting me to send 9 pieces of the stock. This is how it works, and it is working perfectly fine. I don't know whether you understood or not, but this is how it works. If you have learned something, please let me know in the comments below. Even if you have not, again, you do let me know in the comments below. If you end up liking this, please smash the like button. This is how YouTube knows that people are liking this content, and keep supporting. Thank you very much for support, and you can support me and this channel by clicking on subscribe button and hitting the bell icon so you get notification whenever I upload any video. This is it for today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Till then, take care.